So in today's video, I'm going to reveal the 7 principles for teenagers and people in their early 20s to become millionaires. Now, I made my first $1 million at 18 years old, and no matter what you see on TikTok, I want you to know that that is not normal. It is not normal in any shape, form, or fashion, but it is because I followed these 7 principles. So what I'm going to reveal to you today not only helped me make my first $1 million at 18 years old, it has helped me to amass a net worth of tens of millions of dollars by the age of 23. So I'm speaking from experience here, but I do want to make it clear that no matter what anyone says, I will hold my hand up and say that a very large portion of why I'm in the position I am today is because of luck, or the grace of God in my opinion, and timing. So just factor that in. Now real quick before we get into today's video, I've had tons of people over the years ask me to do like Q&As on Instagram or even here on YouTube where I answer questions to people's specific cases, you know, their particular question. And I'll be honest, my main Instagram is just a stupid place where I post photo dumps from trips, business trips, what's going on in my life, stuff like that. But earlier this year, I created an Instagram account called @TalkWithEman. So you can just pull up your phone and request to follow that account. I usually tell my team to let in 1,000 or 2,000 people a week. I try my best, okay? I'll hold my hands up. Sometimes I do miss it, but I try my best to do a weekly Q&A, just answering all of your guys' business life questions. So go ahead and follow that account if you want a little bit more business advice. But apart from that, let's get back into the video. The first principle you need to learn if you want to be a millionaire in your teens or your early 20s is that in order to be a king, you must first be a pawn. And this is really the issue with this generation. And I say this generation even though I am included in it, but I grew up with very traditional principles around respect. I come from a background that is a mix between Eastern European and Middle Eastern. So like growing up, you have no option. You learn respect and you learn the pecking order. And I learned from a young age that you respect your elders. And that's why still to this day, I still sit across the table from people that I'm going to be very honest with you are far less successful than I am, but I shut the fuck up and I listen. Because for me, in my culture, you listen to your elders. Now that doesn't mean you need to take everything that they say on board, but you at least listen. And because I grew up in this environment of learning respect, I learned that, hey, you can be a king one day, but in order to be a king, you first need to be a pawn. You first need to be able to earn your stripes. And by the way, I earned my stripes from a very young age. I started my first entrepreneurial ventures when I was 14. And I learned what it was like to work with clients and, quite frankly, for lack of a better word, be their little bitch boy. I learned what it was like to pay my dues no matter what. It's kind of like, listen, when you're young and you join a football team, you're going to be the one who's the ball boy. At the end of training, you're going to be the one who is expected to carry all of the equipment to and from. And you need to go through that to one day become the captain. You don't just come in, especially as someone who is young, and become the captain all of a sudden. And that is the issue with today's social media bullshit society. They look at things and they look at people and they go, okay, I'm going to jump from here to here, and I deserve that for some reason.